Well, here I am. I'm up and kicking about. And I was kind of hoping that everything today was going to be kind of status quo. Unfortunately, not the case. I woke up, went on about my usual morning routine, fed the pride, came back in, went to feed the fish, and I noticed something floating on the top of the tank. And the light was off, so I flipped the light on so I could see, and one of my new fish, what's left of him, is floating on the top of the tank, which is basically just his head and his spine. Everything else gone. So, yeah, I fished that out and go to feed everybody, and I noticed that there's a fish laying on the bottom of the tank. So I start looking, and it's the angelfish. He doesn't have any bites on him or anything, but he got himself wedged into some of the foliage, like the denser foliage, like in the corner of the tank. And I think that maybe he like suffocated or something. I guess I'm gonna have to find a replacement for those so that I don't have to worry about some of the others. But here we are in the case of a 12-hour span, and I have lost 2 fish. I was like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The first one that was eaten, I have ideas as to who my culprits are, because 2 of the fish that I have had in the tank since the get-go are very much kind of buttholes to the other fish. I have since found out that they do attack others, but weirdly enough, the rest are fine. Both the fantails are fine. The algae eater's fine. So it just kind of threw me off, as it were, that now here I am, and I got 2 fish that's been axed out. Like I said, one of them I think was purely accidental, but the other one, having been basically picked clean, to me seems like an intentional thing. So I'm going to have to do some research and find out if those 2 fish were actually even supposed to cohabitate, because there are some that are not supposed to really be housed together. So, yeah. Not the best way to start the day, you know what I mean? Okay, so here it is. The sun is down. My timer for the inflatables have gone off, and we've had some storming today, so the wind is kind of kicking, and I'm going to tell you, things are not looking good for Santa Claus or the rest, because everybody's kind of leaning and whipping. Let me show you. Santa Claus is down. Look at everybody leaning. The wind is cutting a fool today, so the wind pushed him over. It's even pried up the pegs that are supposed to hold him down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug everything for tonight, and just finagle everything tomorrow, I guess. I just don't want to have to worry about stuff blowing away. The storming was supposed to have passed. Like an hour ago. Parts of the yard are puddled up, and oh God, dog, I almost killed myself. So now that I've done all that and those are deflating, I'm going to work. Hey gang. So I made it back to work. I'm on what would be considered my normal routine, and even with a relatively heavy hallway assignment, I have seen literally everybody on the hallway first thing as soon as I get here, and I am an hour in. and I am more than halfway done with my assignment. I ducked in here because I had to pick up over-the-counter meds, so I figured I'd just check in. So yeah, I've learned my lesson about working day shift. You know, I had one of those, I had an oops moment, and then I went into it with optimism, thinking, you know, well, maybe the grass is greener, you know, there's more people during the day, you know, whatever. And yeah, I quickly had it reaffirmed for me that the grass is always greener over the septic tank, because even though it looks good, there's a ton of shit underneath it. So, yeah, I think I'll stick. I'll get in where I fit in, and I'll stay there. Besides, all the most interesting stuff happens at night anyway. So, things are going well. I'm gonna ride this out, and then my week, my ever so illustrious, fun-filled week, is ahead, and I'm looking forward to that. So I hope you guys have a great night. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.